Impacted millions. He had a language all his own.
The sexicity, bro. Sexification.
Get your pool.
He had the personality of a living cartoon character.
He was Yosemite Sam. That was
right
a
out of Bugs
fucking
Bunny.
guitar player.
His legion of hardcore fans. His never-ending circle of friends.
Yeah. Here we go.
We're here to celebrate the life of Dimebag Darrell, Arlington, Texas, in his favorite restaurant, Campo Verde, at his table, the way he would have done it. Tear it up. Darrell Lance Abbott was born on August 20th, 1966. Being that he was born to a country music producer and writer, Jerry Abbott, since a young age, he loved and breathed music.
You know, back when I was a kid and I got a new record, man, that was it, dude. All day long, reading all the lyrics, looking at the pictures, listening to it, head to toe, learn every song.
Yeah.
I say, listen to that full record, you know, all the way through. Respect your music.
While still in high school at age 15, he blew everyone away by winning a local guitar contest, and nobody could believe that a kid so young could play so great. In the early 80s, he and his brother Vinnie Paul, along with Rex on bass, formed the mighty Pantera. In 1986, they finally joined with Phil Anselmo to complete the baddest metal band of all time, and after years of struggling, finally got signed to a major label. In 1990, Cowboys from Hell was unleashed onto the world. They were launched into heavy metal superstardom. Pantera was here. Without any radio support or media help whatsoever, they created an insane buzz. And in 1992, when Vulgar Display of Power came out, there was no doubt that this was one of the baddest metal records of all time. Nobody was with Pantera after this, and Dimebag had created a guitar-playing style all of his own.
Yeah, man, you just got to be able to rip, man, you know? Be able to rip, you got to be signature, you know?
Dimebag became a guitar god and got respect and praise from everyone all around the world.
You gotta really stand out to be like a guitar god. I mean, you know, like they may throw that label around, you know, for magazines or whatnot, but the true ones, like someone like Dime walks into a room, like that's a rock star. That's a guitar guy.
Like I listen to his guitar playing and I just go, this is beyond out of control. It's beyond sick. It's a God-given talent.
Okay.
But then I look at him. I don't even hear his guitar playing anymore. It's just because he's too sexy.
Mouth for War became the first heavy metal single to go #1, beating out Metallica's Enter Sandman. And in 1994, there was no doubt that Pantera was the biggest metal band in the world, with a Far Beyond Dreaming debuting at #1. That's right, bitches.
Pantera is Pantera, so I mean,
Yeah,
they pretty much
nothing to say.
They were only at one time the biggest rock band in the world.
They headlined arenas, selling out venues all over the world, playing to legions and legions of die-hard fans who even got Pantera tattooed on them to show the love and respect that they had for the band. Hell, man, over the years, Dime even tattooed some of these kids himself. He would sign his name on them and they would get it tattooed. And that just shows you the effect that he's had on these kids.
Drew the CFA, she's sitting and wrote Dimes on there.
He drew them?
He drew them at the deal at Clubhouse when he did the Damage Plan open.
Right.
He did both of those.
As they toured around the world, the band and Dime had an undeniable effect on everybody that they ever ran into.
For me, it made me a better person, made me a better guy. He really did. I mean, he did. He made me a better guitar player.
They influence all of us, you know what I mean? Even the way I talk is so influenced by that dude. It's like up. Don Bonnets, man, come on, get your poo.
In 1996, when The Great Southern Trendkill came out, that was a completely whole new level for Pantera. The whole band sounded tighter than ever, and Dime's sound was completely sick. I have never heard a guitar do that before. Their live shows, I mean, the energy that was generated at these shows were beyond your imagination. Official Live 101 Proof came out, which kind of followed the succession of everything they've done through the years. And then with 3 watch to go, we got to see a little bit more of the psychotic motherfuckers that this band is, between the firecrackers and the completely retarded pranks. I think at that point we knew that this is the craziest metal band in the world. By 2000, Reinventing the Steel came out and actually debuted at number 4, because god damn it, we needed some Pantera.
What is my name? What is my name?
They toured their asses off for about a year, then took a break, and then unfortunately were never to tour together again. Quite a few years of hiatus and definitely a lot of confusion passed until Dime and Vinny decided that it was time to move on and start another band in January 2003 with Bob Zilla on bass and Pat Lockman on vocals.
All right, you got Damage Plan. We're hanging out, we're throwing down. We can't wait to come chunk with you.
They released Newfound Power on February 10th, 2004 and toured the US and Europe non-stop, introducing audiences to the power of Damage Plan. When we caught up with them on November 29th at their New York City shows, they were in really, really high spirits and really psyched about going home after being on the road for nearly a year.
We want to finish this tour and then obviously enjoy Christmas and the New Year and then
Check it out.
You know, we've already been in the studio before we left for this tour, and we got some great ideas down, and I think it's going to come together really quick, man. We're looking forward to it.
Just a week and a half after that interview, the most up and completely unimaginable thing happened.
A gunman charged into the Alrosa Villa nightclub, murdering Dimebag Darrell Abbott and 3 others before being shot by police.
Days before they were supposed to be finished with the tour, they stepped up on stage at the Alrosa Villa nightclub in Columbus, Ohio, and during their first song, some up deranged individual got up on stage and shot and killed Dimebag Darrell. We will never be the same. Music will never, ever be the same. But we have to come together at a time like this and try to help each other heal and deal with this loss, because that's what metal is all about, and that's what our music is all about.
You can't take it away. I'm this with sweat and blood. You can't take it away. Take what's mine.
Coming up next, we'll show you how Dime affected the lives and hearts of everyone that he ever knew, as we pull together to celebrate the life and the spirit of Dimebag Darrell.
It just kind of tears me up. We got a true Texas legend that we lost here.
He's a legend. He always was. He always will be. Don't ever forget it.
As you all know, Dimebag Darrell was shot and killed on stage. We're here at his favorite restaurant, remembering the Dime that we all knew and loved.
Get your pull. What the are we doing?
I don't know. Better do it now, because they're gonna make you do it. Next thing you know, somebody's gonna be taking a leak on those. All right, guys. So we just got finished eating and drinking, and it is now time to turn off to the clubhouse, strip house club. You're getting me all confused, man. We're sitting here at his favorite restaurant, his favorite table. And who walks in? Mr. Patrick himself, bitch.
What's up with that?
That's right.
I was just coming down here to have a little rattlesnake and tequila for the old man, just like we used to do. This whole thing is truly unscripted. Figured I'd go somewhere familiar where people know us. I mean, this is a place that we like to go. You know, this is where I got my dime time, you know.
See if I can make some good noise for y'all when I'm throwing down. Get your pull.
You of all people knew him really, really closely and had the honor to spend time on stage with him and play with him.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about his style on stage and the effect he's had on millions of fans and musicians around the world.
I gotta say that his style on stage was absolutely, and you know this, no different
Hell
than
yeah,
his
dude.
style off stage. I mean, it was always on. It was always showtime.
He would come out every night and slay you like you had never heard music before and like you were never gonna hear it again
and
every
like
night.
It was the first time that he had ever done it.
God damn, that guy loved music. Just loved music, and he loved.
He was music.
He was.
It's like Zach said. It's like Eddie Van Halen said. He was one of a kind. He was a Hendrix of the millennium and of the '90s.
He was an innovative guitar player. You know, he was strength in Pantera, and I think influenced a lot of guitar players. And he's left that legacy on.
Pretty much all the bands that are around now are heavily influenced by Pantera and also by specifically by his guitar style.
Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul, the Van Halen brothers of metal, created the power groove.
You can't tell me that you had no Pantera influence. You'd be a raving lunatic.
I think they're the main reason why I'm doing what I do today. They influenced me so much.
He went out every night and kicked my ass. Motherfucker, I had to go on after you guys for 8 months. And my ass got kicked, man, hard.
We did a cover story on the 100 greatest metal guitarists of all time, and Dime was in our top 10.
He was timeless. He brought the spirit of Eddie Van Halen and all our heroes. He kept that alive, and he just took it to the max.
I'm here for the same reason everyone else is, man, just to give some love back to the man who was true rock and roll and gave us nothing but love.
His effect on the metal community was insane. It was insurmountable, which is definitely proven at the memorial with all the people that came from all over the U.S. to pay tribute. How do you feel about that?
I think it's amazing. I'm glad that people took the time to honor somebody that had such an impact on not just the world of music, just humanity.
When you think you're reaching your peak and you're going all the way, go another 50% more up. And that was Dime. And that was Dime in his playing, that was Dime in everything he treated in his life.
He touched people as a person, not just as a guitar player.
He brought a smile to everybody's face. I defy anybody to have a bad word to say about that guy. I defy anybody, because you know what?
There's not a person in the world.
Dude was just like the most down-to-earth, cool person on the face of the universe.
All you did was need to meet him once, and you immediately, gravitated to him.
If you had 50 cents in your pocket and you needed money to eat or do anything, he'd reach in and you'd be like, you know what? Here you go. He treated us like family. We treated him like family. We'll never forget him for that.
Dime Spirit is one that touched everybody, man. I mean, he left an insane legacy behind, and I just wanted to ask you what you think that is.
He wrote the book. He didn't just open it up and say, here, read this. He ripped the pages out and shoved them down your throat. That's pretty obvious. He doesn't want that to stop. Pull every second of happiness out of life that you can and take it all the way.
His character was contagious, and you don't run into people like that often at all.
God bless Dimebag. Left me nothing but good memories. Never did.
All of it. It's all laughter. Every single piece of it.
There was no such thing as bull with him. You got
straightforward
what it
all
was.
the way.
The rest of us need to
he was on 10.
Take a little piece of that.
I've never seen that man in a foul mood. He loved everything, and I was so amazed by the fact that he could love life so much. Everybody needs to take a lesson from him. He was the idol.
When we come back, we'll continue celebrating the man and his life. Rock on.
I'm proud to call Dimebag my brother, and that's the song we're going to start out for him. I know that pain. I won't run away like I used to do.
The guy was a prodigy. He was an icon.
Darrell lived and died by his axe.
Truly be missed, and I hope you have a guitar in heaven.
I'm just so near to tears right now.
My heart goes out to all the fans and all the people in the family.
Like Vinny said, his heart's as big as Texas.
And if everybody can say a prayer, God bless.
I think it's no coincidence that we run into Pat over here at Dime's favorite restaurant. He's choking me. Because Dime would have wanted that way. He brought us together and do it right. And everyone that ever met him has a story to tell.
He spent about $2,000 on rubber snakes, alligators,
Silly string,
rope, silly string. I had to really be on my game.
firecrackers in your ass because he's a fan
No,
of that too.
he wasn't. They really weren't big on the fireworks.
Not yet.
I had the drowning pool guys over here like I always do, and we couldn't find CJ, man. And it's like,
It's the bathtub. You thinking like a hurricane or some tornado.
I mean, at my joint, you gotta hide sometimes because it just, you know.
Gets a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
Dime had spent like a couple of $1,000s putting stickers all over my car. He'd put sirens inside and glued figurines to the dashboard. He put dice on the tire pressure valves. And I was pretty ticked off at the time, but I tell you what, that's the kind of guy he was, man. He'd do anything for a laugh.
You got the Dime baggage.
Some nights we'd be hanging out in the backstage room and he'd be like, okay, do you have the dice? No, we don't have any dice. Okay, there's a light behind you. How many bulbs are in it? 2. Okay, you win $100. You're just like, what?
We're in the Ritz-Carlton, like the Pimpus Hotel. We're like doing pro wrestling, WWF right? John's like sitting there, dude, and he dives on Joey, like elbow, and we broke up the whole room.
He's at his house and picks me up. Whenever we get to the house, a goat runs by.
I'm the one that gave him that goat, and his name was Blackjack.
The goat had like this pink goatee. I'm like, dude, what up? What happened? There's a goat here, and he's like, oh yeah, dude, don't mind the goat.
And at the House of Blues, we took over the blues band, and all 3 bands kind of did just a crazy jam session with these guys.
We need some guitars. You know some Skid Row.
Yeah,
great, no one.
Karaoke's been a problem on this tour. Yeah. There's been a lot of drunken Skid Row karaoke's.
When Jonathan gets up, starts singing Skid Row, that dude's got some pipes, man. Yeah, we were the youth gone wild that night.
He taught me how to lighten up and see the beauty. I mean, when you're in your darkest moment, just to appreciate the good things or just, for some reason, just burst out laughing and just go, you know what? Fuck it.
He just got so excited about me being passionate about my music. He's like, yeah, man, life, just rip it. It's like out of nowhere. It's like, just rip it. But the funniest thing is that, like, I totally knew what he meant.
He had his own language. Dimebonics.
Pour him up.
You ready to do it, old man?
Get your pool.
Light them up. Get you some.
Man, get your pool.
Let's go. A shot of Crown with a splash of Coke, and we're gonna call this a black tooth. Yo, Dad, let's do a black tooth, Dad.
Watch him go.
Either you got it or you didn't.
Hey, Rita, Kenneth's going with the gun.
Get your pool. Get a pool.
Blow that up.
I will never be the same. Every other word out of my mouth is a bonic.
Come on! Come on, old man, you ready? Come on. Come on. Come on. I like the come on.
Beyond just being a completely insane partier, Dime definitely loved to hang with his fans, and even at the strip club that he opened up with Vinny, the Clubhouse, they didn't have a VIP area. They sat right there with everybody else.
No matter who you were, or where you came from, or what you were there for, you were family, you were welcome, open door policy.
When we first got signed and actually came out, whatever, we had no friends, had nobody, we like nothing. Those are the first years that we're like broke down with this.
We're a family. We're a heavy metal rock and roll community.
He was the closest thing that Morgan and I had to being heroes. You know, him and Vinny. They were like our big brothers because they treated us with so much respect and so much love. Like, I even asked him about, like, about dating and stuff like that. Like,
Everybody, whoever meets him, you get that feeling like, I've known him for a long time.
Have a bond right away with him. It's awesome.
He was the loudest guy in the room. He was throwing out shots. You know that it's all about drinking, whatever, but it's all about enjoying life and having a good time.
I'm straight edge. I don't party. Everyone's like, you're going with Pantera. You're gonna be like, they're gonna have you drinking.
It's not 100% about the drinking. That just kind of kicks everything into gear and fuels the flame, you know?
I met the guys. Said, yeah, I don't really drink. That's cool, dude. Just come on in.
Not only can the dude play guitar, make you laugh, touch millions of people, even people that don't like heavy metal or know who the he is. This is a global event.
Dimebag! Dimebag!
how do you think he would want us to celebrate his life? What do you think that he would want us to do?
Right here. Right here.
He would say, you know, dude, don't cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry. Just
Smile and laugh. We want you to have a good time, be good to people that are close to you, you know, make the best music possible.
Live your life to the fullest and have as much fun as you can and just treat everyone with respect and have fun. He lived more in those 38 years than most people live in their entire lifetime.
He touched so many lives. It's like insane.
Everyone is feeling it. Everyone. The repercussions of what happened to Darrell are just catastrophic. You know.
It's been remarkable to see the metal community become so strong and bond with each other to get through the grief.
I've already cried my eyes out over the guy.
We all have.
And it's like, even like when you're crying, you start like chuckling while you're crying.
This is what we're supposed to be doing, drinking and laughing right now.
And on that note, the next time you're at the bar, get a shot of tequila,
or
shot of Jaeger,
or
shot of Crown, a splash of Coke,
or whatever the you're drinking,
and raise a black tooth grin to the pink-bearded guy in the sky.
Get you a pull.
We love you, man. Rest in peace.
I'll always be there to light the fire for Dime. I'll see you on the other side, brother. I love you.
I love you. I never told him that.
He was a force of nature.
He was an angel, and he came down, and he took care of us all.
He brought so much joy to my heart. I'm not going to say goodbye. This is just an interruption in our time together.
God bless him, man. I miss that motherfucker already.